We adopted Tyler when he was 5 days old. He was born in Fort Worth, Texas. When they called us on a Tuesday night and said we had a baby boy born on Super Bowl Sunday, would you be interested in adopting him? We said sure, so we drove to Fort Worth Thursday morning, had him in our arms Friday morning.
On the way back home, it was kind of surreal, to say the least. All of a sudden, there's a baby in the backseat. That's where it all started.
It makes us emotional every time because his birth mother placed him in our arms. And she was happy and felt very blessed that she found the right family she felt in her heart for Tyler. And for her to give him to us, entrust us to raise this 5-day-old child was pretty emotional. We say all the time it was a godsend.
Played 3 sports growing up. End of summer, started football. Football went till December. Basketball started and then picked right back up with baseball for the rest of the year after that.
He was bouncing a ball when he was 2 years old, riding bikes, skateboards, scooters.
He was riding a two-wheeler at 2 years old.
2.5.
Up and down the street, chasing him, and so he's always been a very active child.
Strength, flexibility, repetition, grace, precision, athleticism, awareness. We combine all aspects of athletics. We visualize the movement. We take a breath, and then we jump. I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio. Growing up, I did gymnastics pretty much my whole childhood. Kind of through 6th or 7th grade. I was injuring myself a lot, so I was looking for another way to kind of still tumble or flip, because that's what I was really passionate about. And I just kind of fell into diving and realized that it's kind of the same thing, only in the water. And I really did not like it, and I told my parents this was not for me because I didn't really get to do anything fun. I was just kind of doing front jumps and back jumps and that kind of thing. So I took a break from diving for a while, figured it wasn't my thing. My coach was just trying to basically convince me that diving is an exciting and fun sport. And after watching these high schoolers when I was little, I was like, okay, this could be for me. I always knew that I wanted to do some kind of sport in college. Athletics has always been such a big part of my life. My junior year, I actually had shoulder surgery, which is a very, very big year for recruiting. So I was very worried that many schools wouldn't look at me because of my shoulder injury and the surgery. I was looking at a few schools, and MSU kind of fell into place where my coach was like, oh, do you want to check out MSU? And I was like, not really, they're in Michigan, and being from Ohio, I never wanted to go to school in Michigan. Eric sent me an email or gave me a call, and I was like, okay, I'll go. My recruiting trip was actually the same day as the Michigan State-Ohio State game, so that was kind of an influencer. And so when I stepped on campus, though, I knew this was the place for me. Away from the pool, we do dry land 3 times a week. So normally we'll come in, we'll do abs. We have a list of abs that we have to do each day. And then we have some dry boards that lead into a foam pit. And so we'll get on that, we'll do hurdles, we'll do flips, just kind of preparing ourselves to get into the water. Sometimes Eric will pull us in belts just so we can kind of get the motion of new dives or old dives and just work on the mechanics without hitting the water. Diving is a huge mental sport. Once you can kind of get over what's in your head and just do it, it gets a lot easier, but definitely visualizing is something we do a lot. Before I do a dive into me, I'll actually close my eyes for a second, visualize myself doing the dive, and then I'll take a breath and go. But at practice, when you're learning a new thing, that's kind of hard to kind of wrap your brain around doing something new. Oh, I have to fling my body off the 3-meter and do this many flips. But a lot of it does come from Eric, where he tells you that he knows you can do it, and if you sit there and visualize it, and see yourself doing it, it's a lot easier to get things off the board. When you're in the air, it goes by so fast. After every dive, you can kind of sit there and watch your dive. So kind of go through what Eric is correcting you on and actually see it for yourself after. And it also has like a pause, a slow-mo, a rewind button, which is really nice to go through and kind of step by step see your dives. I redshirted my junior year. Everything that I had torn in high school and had surgery on, I had re-torn in my shoulder. So I had to have labrum surgery again. So I decided to just take the year off and have both surgeries just so I could take another year of eligibility and see where my next 2 years led me.
Diving, that's really hard to do, to take a full year off and then just come back from it, because you're missing out on a lot of training, but to come back and work as hard as she did, it takes a strong will and a strong character. She really has a lot of experience, and she's one of the first people I go to whenever I have questions, because she's been through most of what we can experience. She's just really caring too.
Right after I had the surgery, basically, I was just ready to get back in the water, learn everything again. Last year was kind of just my relearn everything, figure out exactly how to dive again. But this year, I'm kind of working towards some goals. I would love to place top 10, top 20 at Big Tens and hopefully make it to NCAAs on 1 meter. Michigan State is pretty well known for not only athletics but also academics. I graduated in the spring. This summer, I interned with the Cleveland Indians for the All-Star Game, which was an amazing opportunity, not only for myself, but also for the city of Cleveland, which is really cool being from there. I worked in the community relations department, which is what I knew I wanted to do and kind of what I want to go into in the future. Right now, I am getting my graduate degree in sports administration. Having a degree from here really sets me aside from most other candidates, which is really nice. And it also gave me the chance to do what I love, which is diving. So kind of combining the two along with being on such a beautiful campus, I think will really set me up for what I would like to do in the future.
I grew up going to Kincaid School. It's a pre-K through 12 private school in Houston, Texas. It's definitely different than most schools people went to. I went to the same school pre-K through 12th grade. Had a lot of resources. Academically, it was a really tough school. Academics is definitely the top priority there. And so I struggled a little bit, especially in middle school and then my freshman year of high school. But I got through it. A lot of teachers invested a lot of time in me and they had my best interest in mind. So they helped me put in the time and they put in a lot of extra time to help me get through it and succeed.
He was one of the few little African-American boys walking through and just as cute as a little button, but he was always bigger than the other kiddos. He is a teddy bear. Warm, kind, gentle, very quiet and soft-spoken, but always a smile and those beautiful eyes looking at you like, please, please, and it's okay, sure.
It was hard to fit in sometimes. In the hallways, it was tough trying to just find people to talk with. Trying to find my friend group, trying to find people to hang out with. So I was a pretty good athlete growing up, so I felt like sports was my safe place. So whenever we got out to the field, I was always faster than everyone, bigger than everyone. So I definitely stuck out there, but in the hallways, it was tough trying to just find people to talk with. Miss Collins, she was a big mentor for me, and I could go to talk to her whenever I wanted to, even throughout high school when I wasn't in middle school anymore. She was big for me.
You compound the fact that you're an African-American male who's bigger than most of the kiddos, who's talented in a way that when you're younger may not be as exposed and developed. And then you also add the fact that your mom works at the school, and your mom is a white female. So I think for him just trying to transition, understanding his learning needs, but also trying to fit in and realize that he is great. And sometimes it's hard to recognize your own greatness when others are not recognizing it with you.
I've been there 30 years, so I've seen Kincaid grow from a small elite community to trying to become more diverse. Yet I thought no matter where we sent him, private school, public school, that there were going to be some kids who just needed to adjust. But I felt at Kincaid, knowing the other teachers, faculty members, facility members, that's kind of a close-knit family, that I felt they could help me take care of him and work his way through adolescence.
If I messed up in the classroom, if did bad on a test, she was the first one to know. She would know before I knew. Then again, it was nice to have her just in case I needed to talk to her and needed something.
His confidence level grew, I think. I feel like his freshman year, and just became the outgoing young man that he is. Which is another reason why I wanted him at the Kincaid School with me, so that I could see him grow each day. We always knew from day one that he was special. For God to place him in our arms, into our family, whether it was athletics, mingling with people. He has a heart for the underprivileged, for the homeless, for kids with special needs. And you could see that at Kincaid when people were admiring him and looking at him as different because of the color of his skin, but also as tall, as a male. And for me, it was special because he was gonna help change kids. He was gonna help teach them that this is what the world is all about. And he did that on a daily basis. And a lot of times when you're a working parent, you can't get to all of their activities. So that was a blessing to see him blossom.
I would get on Tyler because he's always so quiet. So when people would do something that was unkind or disrespectful, he wouldn't say much. He would just allow it to happen. And I would tell him, show him on the court, show him on the field. That's how you get him back, because I know you don't want to get in trouble. So make it count when it counts.
From a football standpoint, his junior and senior year, he was dominant. And we always knew he was going to be dominant. I'm not sure Tyler always knew that. But once the light switch went off, he was dominant in practice and in the games. And that was the biggest thing, that he had to learn to be dominant in practice, which would carry over to the football field on Friday nights.
I think once I got older too, I was more comfortable with who I was, just by trying new things, playing sports, playing the bass. And it was just nice to be able to do different things and meet new people, and I kind of felt more comfortable as I got older. But it was more than that, just trying to be a leader in high school and realizing that I had a voice. Like junior year, senior year, people looked up to me. And I think junior year really clicked for me that I needed to speak up more, and I really had a future to play college sport. Michigan State didn't come into play till late. It was going into my senior year. I was up here with my mom visiting family. We met with Coach Staten, went down to the O-line room, I think we watched some film, and then Coach D offered me a scholarship in the meeting. And it only took a couple weeks later after that I kind of realized Michigan State felt like home, felt like family here. All the coaches seemed genuine. They really cared about me. Other places kind of seemed like I was a number. It just felt different here, so that's kind of why it felt like home.
Better.
Well, for me, it was personal because I've known Ken Manny for over 20 years as a strength and conditioning. He's one of the best in our profession, and a lot of the exercises he performs at Michigan State, we perform the same exercises. So from a philosophy standpoint, I knew Tyler would fit in perfectly.
We told him, you can go anywhere you want to, and jokingly, but kind of some truth too. I said, what I'll save in food, we can go see you play, so it doesn't matter if that's where you want to go, then it's got to be a fit for you too.
It really means a lot because I know they'll go anywhere to watch me play. They're more excited for me than I am for me, I think, just because watching me play, watching me live out my dream.
It's emotional. Every time I see the football team on the walk from the Kellogg Center to the stadium, I tear up.
And it's getting worse too, because senior game last year, she's tearing up. I said, what? She said, that's going to be us next year. This is it. And I can see every game. This is the last time we played Michigan. This is the last time we play Ohio State. It's going to be a long year.
It's a small percentage of kids that get to experience college football. And Michigan State is at a very high level, a top program. And he puts in the daily grind every day because this is his passion, and he wants to prove himself at this level. I don't know if he has realized yet the impact that he made on peers from pre-K through 12th grade, on teachers, on coaches. Those teachable moments kind of take a while for it to touch the heart like it touches everybody.
I still get giddy when he comes back and visits with us. I am just so proud of him. He is a role model for so many of our boys and students here in general, my daughter included. So I get excited just seeing how much he's grown, but also the success he's had.
We know that he's always got a home here. He's going to come back and be a good role model for future Kincaid athletes.
It's kind of come full circle, I think. Just growing up, it was hard to fit in, hard to find my place with a group of friends. It's meant everything to me. I mean, I've grown academically, socially. I've met some of my best friends in my life. To me, it means family and growth. Everybody I've met here is going to be family for the rest of my life, and I've grown every way I can imagine. I'm really comfortable with who I am.
Hello, everybody, from Evanston, Illinois. We're on the campus of Northwestern University, and it's the Big Ten opener for the Spartans and the Northwestern Wildcats. Northwestern comes in here defending the West Division championship in the Big Ten.
This is a strength versus strength type of matchup, with Michigan State needing to come out and continue what they have been doing over the last few weeks offensively, and that is gain yardage, but now be more effective in the red zone. Michigan State will have an opportunity against the stingy defense of the Northwestern Wildcats on the ground, in my opinion. You have to find a way to get some movement, open lanes, and run the ball and open up for the pass down the road, because it looks like it's going to be a little rain out here.
Northwestern won the toss, deferred, so Michigan State will get the ball first. Play action here. Lewerke moving to his left, looking downfield for White, who makes the catch, and a flag down, probably interference on A.J. Hampton. Good adjustment by White.
3 wideouts for Lewerke. Handoff to Elijah Collins off left guard. Broke a tackle. Gets to the goal line. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, MSU.
Just an excellent drive for this Spartan offense.
So now Northwestern has a decision to make. Chip shot field goal to put some points on the board. They'll take a chance on trying to punch it in against this very stingy and tough Spartan defense. They'll go for it. Well, option to his left, and he's down back at the 3-yard line. Mike Ponishuk made the tackle. Great stand by the Michigan State defense.
Yeah, defense needs a little takeaway. You want to go up with another score. 5:52 left in the half here. If you can, you do not want to shift the momentum to Northwestern. There's a decent crowd here.
There's Northwestern, moves it into Michigan State territory at the 2-minute mark, down 4. Instead, Johnson looking downfield, and that pass is almost picked off. Let's see, yeah, put down Josiah Scott with the interception for Michigan State.
Hayward to the right of Brian Lewerke. Brian throws over the middle, caught by Darryl Stewart. Running right to left at the 20. He's at the 15 and has a first down. The snap back to Brian. Guns it this time toward the left pylon. Caught in the end zone. Cody White. Touchdown, MSU. Offensive coordinator Brad Salem has to be happy with that TD. Michigan State takes a 14-3 lead here.
Not surprisingly, the Michigan State defense setting the tone for this game.
They've been remarkable. I mean, really difficult to run the football against.
Lewerke gets hit, but his pass is on target. Another first down as Darryl Stewart makes the catch. Collins with a ton of running room. Another first down. Michigan State starting to lean on that defensive line of Northwestern.
Lewerke, a little play fake. Goal line
there
pass. It's caught by Matt Seibert in the end zone. Touchdown, MSU. First touchdown career-wise for Matt Seibert. Came at a big time for the Spartans here in the Big Ten opener.
Well, he's in trouble here, though. Sacked by Raekwon Williams.
Snap back to Smith. Right side throw.
Pick!
Intercepted. It is batted by the Spartans and lands in the lap of Drew Beasley.
And here's a pass by Lewerke. Seibert stretches out and is in for a second touchdown.
And to think about it, I mean, 110 wins. in today's day and age, that's just rare. I mean, that's rarefied air, and to do so too in a league that is so incredibly competitive year in, year out.
He steps back, takes a knee. It is all over. The Spartans win 31-10, and Mark D'Antonio is the Spartans' all-time winningest football coach, passing the legendary Duffy Doherty here this afternoon. He wins today big at Northwestern, 31-10, and it's victory number 110 in his Spartan career.
A little help from my friends. Hey! I want to thank everybody for 1-0 in the Big Ten Conference. 1-0. Got IU coming up this weekend, homecoming. It's a big win, and it's a way to respond. And nothing's easy. Nothing's easy. We got it done. Outstanding job by everybody in the program.
We've had some great moments in this locker room. For those who've been in the program, 2011 we were Legends champions. 2013 we won championship. But this is a historic day. In 123 years of Spartan football, this is a historic day that you guys all made possible.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, hit that dance! Hit that dance! Oh, yeah. We gotta count it up. Can we count it up? Can we count it up? Ready?
Accumulation of a lot of work by a lot of people, you know, whether it's my immediate family or my players, and all the players that have been through here, their families, all the coaches that have been through, and the administrators and the supporters, and donors. You know, it's a group effort, and so that's what it always sort of signifies to me is group effort, and it's a lot tougher to get it done than you would think, because it's a lot closer game than you would think.